I talk a lot on this channel about car market news, peer-to-peer car sharing, and how to make money in the gig economy. But one thing that I like to occasionally talk about on this channel is to take a deep dive into what I'm personally doing with my own income stream and my own businesses, what I'm doubling down on, what I'm focusing on, what works and what doesn't work for me, and how I plan to increase my income in the coming months. And so today we're going to be breaking down just that. Now, the reason why I think it's important to talk about this occasionally on my channel is because I want you guys that watch my channel to know and understand that I am truly practicing what I preach. I am not just sitting here talking about car sharing and Turo and not actually doing it. As I'm telling you guys that I think car sharing, Getaround, Turo are great things to take part in, I am myself doubling down on these side hustles as well. And in many ways, I view my own car sharing fleet sort of as a guinea pig of what I want to recommend to you guys. I experiment a lot with what works and what doesn't work with my own fleet. And then the things that work are things that I relate to you guys in videos. And the things that don't are things that most of you guys never hear about because they didn't work and it's not worth talking about. And it's important for me that you guys know that I'm just not sitting here talking about Turo for views. And every single thing I talk about on this channel are things that I'm actively doing to make more money myself. Now, before we dig into exactly what I have planned for the next 12 months, let's first do a little bit of a check-in and talk about where my money is currently coming from and how much I'm currently making. Now, currently, I have 3 different income streams, and each one of these streams is made up of multiple income sources. First and foremost, we have content creation, and this is what you're watching right now. Content creation consists of things like my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel I share with my fiance HP, titled Aubrey and HP, my TikTok, my Instagram, as well as my course, the Car Sharing Masterclass. Now, my content creation is something that is completely separate from car sharing. We actually have all of this side of the business in a completely different LLC that's considered to be a production company, and the amount of money that this company makes drastically depends on views for that month. If my YouTube videos are doing extremely well, getting a lot of views, then we will make substantially more than if my videos are just puttering along. But with that in mind, I would say on average, this business makes between $15,000 and $20,000 per month. The second income stream that we have is our car sharing fleet. This is our rental car company where we rent out cars on Turo, Getaround, RV Share, and Outdoorsy. With our car sharing fleet, the income is a little bit strange because though the month-by-month income for each individual car is relatively consistent, our income can fluctuate quite a lot depending on what is happening with our individual cars. For example, if we have a car that's out because it's getting repaired, that will decrease our income. But if we have a really profitable damage claim, then that could increase our income by quite a lot. For example, back in August, we had a damage claim with our RV, and as a result, we made about $10,000, which of course increased our income for our fleet by quite a lot. But in general, our car sharing fleet makes between $18,000 and $22,000 per month, but in some months we have seen it reach as high as $30,000, but that is definitely not the norm. And last but not least is one that I don't talk about a lot on this channel, but if you've seen a number of my videos, you've probably seen me mention it before, and that is my day job. I actually have a regular job as a consultant at a consulting firm where I get paid a salary, and that is our third source of income. Now for our plan moving forward. Now, honestly, our plan for the rest of 2022 and going into 2023 is really doubling down on what we know what works. And so it really consists of doing more of the same. First and foremost is content creation. That is doing this YouTube channel, doing TikTok, Instagram, the course, the Car Sharing Masterclass, and more. This is an avenue of the business that I am definitely going to be doubling down on even more going into the new year. I absolutely love content creation. I love YouTube. It's something I've become obsessed with over the last 2.5 years, and it's something that I'm excited to continue to grow moving forward. I think content creation is really interesting because whenever you think of creating content, you oftentimes think of these massive YouTubers that have millions of dollars, millions of followers, and live in massive mansion and drive exotic cars. And though these are the content creators that absolutely get the most press, they are not the majority of content creators. And the majority of content creators out there that make a living from creating content are people just like myself that have small but growing platforms but are able to make a really good living from it. Creating content here on YouTube has created a really unique way for me to connect with like-minded people, to help people grow their own income, to spread the word of car sharing in Turo, and it's made some really awesome relationships with people as well. And it is absolutely my favorite part of every single thing that I do. And over the next year, I really want to up the production of my videos. I want to redo the set behind me, replace the bike, and do something different. HP and I are throwing around the idea of getting a proper YouTube studio rather than doing something out of a spare room in my house, and I definitely want to take everything to the next level. And that's not just for YouTube, but also for Instagram and TikTok as well. But other than my set and increasing the production quality of my videos, the other thing that probably will be changing about this channel in the next year is I will probably end up outsourcing the editing of my content, which is something that I'm extremely leery to do. For the last 2.5 years, I've been editing every single video that I shoot for my channel. I research every video, I script every video, I edit every video, and that includes every single piece of content that I put out on social media. Whether it's an Instagram reel, a TikTok, a video, a vlog, I edit them all. I've grown to really love editing content. It's actually something that I really enjoy doing, but it is incredibly time intensive, and every single week I spend at least 20 to 25 hours editing content. And I know that at some point, probably sooner or later, I'm gonna have to start outsourcing the editing out because it simply is too time consuming. But this is something that I definitely don't take lightly because I'm nervous about outsourcing this part of the business because I don't want my own YouTube style to be compromised for convenience. So it's something I'm putting a ton of thought into, but it's probably inevitably going to happen at some point in time. Probably not until next year. The one piece of advice that I will give for anybody that's interested in creating content online is to absolutely go for it. Whether you're somebody that has a business, a hobby, or if you just do interesting stuff throughout your day and you've been throwing around the idea of posting that content on YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, I think that you absolutely should do it. Content creation can be life-changing, and it truly is something that can be a blast. If you're somebody that can commit to posting regularly and you commit to learning and improving your content week by week, then you can absolutely be successful on any social media platform. Next is the car sharing fleet, which I know is a topic that many of you are particularly interested in. Now, the next few months are going to be really exciting for the car sharing fleet because over the last couple of months, HP and I have put a complete pause on buying new cars. In fact, we have not bought a new car for the fleet since July. The reason is because we had 3 vehicles that were pretty significantly damaged in a matter of 1 week. The Mazda 2 was damaged on the driver's side, the Hyundai Elantra GT rear-ended somebody, and our RV had substantial damage to the roof, which needed to be repaired. And we didn't want to get any additional cars for the fleet while these cars were still being repaired. Not to mention the fact that we also had our Ford Transit camper van, which was so incredibly close to construction being completed, and we didn't want to buy any additional cars until that van was officially finished, which it is as of now. But now the fleet is 100% up and running, and the next few months are going to be really exciting. We are going to be aggressively buying cars in November and December. The goal was to get to 25 cars by the end of the year, and though I don't think that we'll meet that number, I think that we'll get pretty close and we should be at 22 or 23 Turo cars. The original goal was to get to 25 car sharing cars, so not including our RV fleet, by the end of the year. And though I don't think we'll get to that number, I think we should get to about 22 or 23. We also will, for the first time ever, have 2 rentable RVs rented out on Outdoorsy and RV Share. We're also making some major strides to turn our car sharing fleet into a proper operation. We have no plans to leave Turo as a platform and will still be conducting 100% of our rentals through either Turo or GetAround. But we are quickly becoming capped out with the amount of work that HP and I can do on our own, and we're needing to make some strides and steps in the right direction to make this business more of a business. First, HP and I are getting a DBA, which is a doing business as, so we'll have a proper Google listing, we'll have a proper business name, and I think from a customer's perspective, this will go a long way. This is actually an idea that I got from Jaron with Island Rides, which is an interview that I did over the summer with a Turo host that makes over $100,000 per month. Next year, HP and I will also be getting a commercial space as well. This will be a commercial space where we can work out of, we'll be able to install a lift, we'll be able to park all of our cars at this space, and ideally there'll also be an area to turn into a YouTube studio as well as a small office space to work out of. This is an extremely big and daunting step, but in many ways it's also long overdue because we are quickly outgrowing the operations out of our house. Once we get the commercial space, we're also going to be getting our dealer's license, and this will open us up to even more opportunity. We're going to begin buying cars at auction. We're also going to experiment with flipping cars as well. And this is going to be something that I'll definitely be documenting on this channel, and it will most likely be happening in Q1 of 2023. And simultaneously to all of this happening, we're most likely going to be hiring somebody to help us with the car sharing fleet, at least part-time. I have almost entirely stepped away from the car sharing fleet, at least the day-to-day operations. HP handles checking in cars, fixing cars, and the day-to-day aspects, while I handle most, if not all, of the administrative work. But between our content creation and the car sharing fleet, even HP is finding himself spread incredibly thin. And we know that if we want to grow our fleet to over 25, 30, 40 cars, we are sooner than later going to have to hire somebody to help him. And that is definitely in the cards for 2023. As a two-person operation, I'm extremely happy with how far HP and I have taken our business, and I think we are a testament to how much you can make by just putting your head down and working. But at the same time, we both know that our current workload isn't sustainable forever, and we need to start implementing processes and systems that will allow for us to one day take less of an active role in the day-to-day operations of the business. As of right now, HP and I work between 60 and 80 hours per week, which is perfectly fine for where we are at the moment. But if we want to take our business to the point where it's making 7 figures, we're going to have to get some additional help in order to do that. But the biggest pivot this year is going to be in the form of real estate. HP and I will almost certainly be buying a rental property in the coming months. We actually wanted to buy one in 2021, but the housing market was just too crazy, and we've been patiently waiting to jump into real estate this year, and it seems as though the time is slowly but surely becoming right. We will definitely be buying a single family home for our first rental property, and we already know the approximate area that we'll be buying it in. Once we buy our first rental property, we eventually would like to get into multifamily real estate as well. But with that being said, you guys, I wanted to make this video because, like I mentioned in the intro, I think it's important for you guys to get a glimpse at what's going on behind the scenes. At the end of the day, I am a YouTuber, but I'm also running multiple businesses, and I think giving you a glimpse into that is important because I'm not just talking about how you can do these things, I'm also doing them myself. If you're interested in following along into how we're growing our income in a little bit more depth, we do have a vlog channel, and if you're interested in subscribing to that, I will include a link down in the description below. But like always, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, if you have anything to add, I would love to hear it. So make sure to leave a comment down below. And while you guys are at it, make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. And I'll see you guys in the next video.